Hey guys, so the big thing that came out today is the first official photo of Henry Cavill as Superman in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now there's a lot of things that we can take from this photo by just looking at it. If you're not just really looking at this photo, you wouldn't really tell much of a difference from the suit that he's wearing in this photo to the suit in Man of Steel. But there is some changes in this suit if you carefully look at it and analyze it. Like the first thing that jumped out at me was the actual S. It seems smaller than how the S looked in Man of Steel, and also there's like a different texturing to the S. The other thing that looks different is his belt buckle. In Man of Steel, it was like a oval shaped belt buckle. In this one, it's a rectangle shaped buckle and it has the actual S emblem inside of it. The other thing that you notice that's different is the stripes on his arm. In Man of Steel, they were kind of like touching each other. In this one, they're separate. And also on the side of his stomach, on his ribcage, there's also some lines there that are shaped differently. They're not as close together, they're more separate. And then on his boot also, you notice that there's like this M shape on his boot. Well, now rather than just having one M, it has like two M's on it. So those are little details there that you can see that are different. And then when you look at Henry Cavill himself, he looks ridiculous. And not a bad ridiculous, but I mean ridiculous like he's been going to the gym and he's been drinking a lot of protein shakes, because he looks like he gained like 50 pounds of muscle. He looks huge, and I don't know if it's him himself or it's just the position he's in or they photoshopped him to look this way, but he looks so much bigger than he did in Man of Steel in this one photo. Also, he looks much older. He looks more mature facial wise in this photo than he did in Man of Steel. And then the hair looks different too. It's kind of like styled differently as well. It looks a little bit more greasy, more gelled up, a little bit more slicked back. It looks good though. So overall, those are like the little things that you can tell, like looking at this photo for a long period of time like I did, that you can tell that it's different from Man of Steel. And then that's just looking at, you know, just Superman himself. But then when you look at the background of the photo, you kind of like go, wait a minute, that is not Metropolis. Looks like he is on a rooftop in Gotham, because Gotham is all dark and gloomy and it's always raining. So let's assume he's in Gotham because it looks like Gotham. So I guess that's their way of, you know, connecting Superman with Batman by having Superman being in Gotham in this promotional photo. At least we're assuming it's Gotham. The changes they did, I don't really have much of a complaint towards them. I mean, they're not big changes from the other suit, which I really did like. My only issue, I think, is the emblem itself, the S. I would have preferred it to be bigger. I prefer the bigger S versus the smaller S. So if the S is smaller, going by this photo, I'm just saying it looks smaller. I don't know if I'm going to like it as much as the other S, but it's not a big issue. I don't really care either way, but I just prefer it to be bigger in my opinion. Looking at Henry Cavill being this big, humongous guy, and then looking at Ben Affleck from his Batman photo that they released, which I never spoke about. I never made a video on it. Let me just go over that real quickly. That suit is amazing. Just looking at Ben Affleck being as big as he looks, and then looking at Henry Cavill being as big as he looks, as I said, these are the official two Batman and Supermans that we've seen in live action movies or TV shows or anything. There are so humongous in structure. Like, these guys look like comic book characters legit when it comes to their body masses. I just hope what we see in these still images lives up to what we're going to see on the silver screen once this movie releases. So now I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts on the suit. Do you care of these little changes? And what do you think about the background? Do you think he's in Gotham? It looks like Gotham. Let me know in the comment section below. We can have a discussion about it. And that's basically my thoughts on this promotional photo of Henry Cavill as Superman in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Under the Skin is directed by Jonathan Glazer. It stars Scarlett Johansson and a bunch of other very talented actors, and not so much actresses. Now the premise of this movie follows the character played by Scarlett Johansson. She is a woman who tends to prey on men, and it takes place in Scotland, and that's pretty much all I can really say about the movie. You're better off going into this movie not knowing much, if anything. I went into this movie not really knowing much outside from the